Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Yeah. It's the best daytime live show on all of YouTube. It's the Classic Codes. You know I gotta come to the ring, baby.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. It's from the dirt, it's from the mud. You ain't slave with me. Coming with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in real. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. And the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the fringe. They can't seem to get to me, babe. I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree. Yeah, alright.
Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Codes, man, and we back with another great, amazing live show for y'all today. I got the reaction video, pardon me, I got an eyelash in there. I got a great reaction video for y'all. Got a question of the day. We got a code language conversation, and of course, we got a story time. If the chat get active, then you know we'll step over, and we'll definitely do a chat Q&A segment as well. So without further ado, before we get started, I need y'all to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Make sure y'all active in the comments, whether you agree or disagree, so we can have a conversation, because we got to crack these codes. Today, we doing a live reaction. We heading back over to Danica Dope Discussions. I actually appreciate her channel so much, and I don't do enough reactions to her content. So I'm going to pick it up on that, because I feel like me coupling in with some of the takes that she be having in regards to things going on in society, it definitely makes for great content and great collaboration. And again, everybody's reactions that I react to, I think we could do these collaborations in person and or just for real one day, regardless, right? So we're gonna make those things happen. But until then, we're gonna get to it like this, right? So Danica Dope Discussions. Beautiful sister, easy to look at, easy on the eyes. That is somebody's wife. We're going to keep everything respectful. You know what I'm saying? But she got a lot of great takes, and I think I can add to her conversation a lot. So let's see what she's talking about on this particular episode. This one is labeled, Men Are Done with Nightlife and Women Are Mad. So let's see where it goes.
Not too long ago, we had a dope
Hold on, chat.
Not too long ago, we had a dope discussion addressing this very issue. And this very issue is how a lot of men are just done with nightlife. Many men have come to the conclusion of it is absolutely pointless of working so hard and working so many hours just to take all of your hard-earned money and blowing it on females who, for one, are not even going to be grateful about you blowing your money on them. For two, are not even interested in you. And for three, are not even your woman, you know? And so more and more situations are arising to where it is showcasing that being an actual fact, and women are big mad about it, okay? Now, shout out to this channel by the name of Ty Boogie Podcast. I was recommended a video from him, and, you know, with me having a previous dope discussion kind of talking about this, it piqued my interest. And boy, oh boy, when I clicked on this video and I watched it, I couldn't believe my eyes. You know, I couldn't believe how many young men out there were like, yeah, I'm good. Even in that video, it was a clip that he inserted that talked about how men are not interested in going out as much as the women are anymore.
Okay, let me stop right there before she continues. It's crazy because I just had the Men's Minute panel. Y'all can go back to my previous live streams or look at the broken down edits of it. But I just had the Men's Minute panel on my channel, and we had the my young boy, Ye. He not a YN. I gotta stop saying that. But my young boy, Ye, you know what I'm saying, young entrepreneur, young CEO. He was on there and he expressed how he's like in a position where he putting his discipline and his focus on his business and building himself up. in front of any interest in dating or courting or spending money or resources or energy on these females. So she not lying. You know, we just had a young dude, you know, early 20s, 21, 22, who's just saying like right now he cool. Like he just not on shit for real when it come to dealing with the females. And, you know, I'm sure in this throughout this video and with my rhetoric, we'll give a lot of the reasons as to why men are checking out in such a way. Let's go.
And the man in the comments even said, I gotta pay to get in, pay for drinks, pay for food, gas, parking, and the girls don't even be single for real. And I have to get up in the morning. You can keep it. And so many men feel the same way. Like, why am I working so hard, busting my behind just to give my money away? No, I'll take my money, save my money. Hell, I can have a great time at home. And like I said, you all, a lot of the women are mad about this. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe.
Before she play that video, I want to say it does make sense though. If you look at the way it's set up socially, it would make sense that women are still interested and have some enthusiasm about being outside when naturally the environment consists of them having a lot of amenities. A lot of times clubs be free for the first XYZ women. Men pay, you know, or free up until a certain time, women free up until damn near all night, men start paying that shit 15, 20 minutes after the door is open. You know what I'm saying? It's always kind of tailored towards bringing women into the spot. And even the way we as men are taught to approach women and stuff like that, generally it comes with some level of an amenity, whether it's just you purchasing her a drink and having some conversation over that drink, whether it's you buying a section and that section attracting women. It does normally involve men spending without guarantees of anything, whereas women going out kind of involves them getting accommodated. So it makes sense that they're still interested in going out, and men in this economy, which everybody on social media likes to ignore is going on. Men in this economy are like, shit, I'm gonna go ahead and be mindful of my pockets, and because that shit really ain't the return on the investment is poor. Let's continue.
And let's get into this, all right? Because let's just say the ladies that are a part of the nightlife scene are feeling the effects of men staying at home. Run the clip.
Least favorite people in the club are the motherfuckers who come in and they are decked out and be having 10K, 5K, whatever in their pocket, already paid 1,000 or maybe a couple thousand for the section, already spent 1,000, maybe a couple thousand in the club. And then when you ask them to tip their waitress, they get a little shaking in their boots. They get a little weird. And I'm just sitting there like, I already clocked your pockets. Like, normally I believe in staying out of people's pockets, but when you come into my work where I'm trying to make money and I make money off of you tipping me, oh, babes, I already done clocked your pockets tenfold. I done clocked your pockets a couple times. I done clocked every piece of jewelry on you. I done clocked your pockets. I already mentally in my head and calculating your monthly expenses, okay? You come in and you physically have the money, but the mentality is broke. I'm a little confused.
You're gonna call guys broke, but they spending thousands in the club. Giving you a tip is optional. And let's be honest, a lot of the nightlife customer service is not all that impressive.
Oh, now Ty, you did not have to go off on her like that, but it's big facts. You know, a lot of women, just to be completely honest with you all, they feel entitled to compensation just for being in your presence. And don't let her be semi-attractive. Now she's really entitled. And she can give you the bare minimum treatment. Like I said earlier, a lot of these women are not even interested in these guys. Yet it's like, where's the dollars at? And
yeah, I stated that on a piece of content I did a couple of days on a live stream a couple of days ago, where I said for women to extract resources, energy, and time from men who they know they're not interested in is evil. That's evil behavior. Continue.
Again, like Ty just said, how is it that you're out here calling somebody broke when clearly you're relying on his generosity to fund you and your lifestyle to help pay your bills? And for crying out loud, she just went down a whole list of these expenses that these men are cashing out on. You know, he spent a few racks on that. He cashed out on this. He dropped a bag on that. Well, clearly these men are not broke, ladies. They're just not trying to go broke on you. And that is the real issue. That is why a lot of the women are big mad. It's like, damn, I can clearly see that these men are prosperous. Okay, I can see these men have a lot to offer. These men have a lot going on. So why aren't they sharing with me? Well, maybe because this is what they are experiencing. Real whack. Okay, it says point of view. Your section spent over $1,000 for a section, and your bottle girls and hosts gave nothing. Look at this.
I'm at the age, if there is a cover charge to get into your establishment, it just ain't for me. It just ain't for me. You cutting into my liquor, and I'm gonna buy it. I saw something on Facebook where somebody said, if you're out with me and you say, I'm not paying $100 to get into this club, you're not going out with me no more. Listen, we're not going out because I'm not paying no $100 to get into nowhere.
And that's how a lot of men feel. And can we highlight this as y'all get the likes on for me? Let's highlight how a lot of the brothers out there don't give a damn.
That's me. That's me. The brothers that don't yeah, that was always me. I don't care enough. I don't care enough. I could do without the club. I could do without the section. I could do without the melee. I could do without all that shit. That's definitely me. Jay Zilla in the chat, 333. What's going on, brother? But that's me. Don't give a damn for sure. Like, even in regards to paying $100 to get in somewhere, like I think $100 may have been the most I paid to get in somewhere, and I believe I was in Vegas. And I paid it because I really wanted to be at that establishment on that particular night for a few different reasons. So I went on ahead and paid it. But in general, like going somewhere with a cover charge, I could have fun at home. So, and that's fundamental. I could have fun at home. So going somewhere with a $40, $50 cover charge, I need to gain a clear understanding of what it is that come with that. You know, I know sometimes you can go to a comedy spot and it might be 30, 35, 40, right? But that's entrance and probably like a drink come with that. Like you'll get a drink ticket or something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely relating to what dude was saying for sure. Let's go, Danica.
Gone are the days to where y'all can shame these men into cashing out on you, into going broke and splurging. It's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I won't be hanging with you then. Deuces. Because I'm not getting ready to spend all my money that I could be spending on a drink just because you want to be a part of some kind of aesthetically pleasing scenery. Please, I'll go to the crib. But let's continue. Before we continue, though, I would like for the guys in the chat to put a 2 if y'all are agreeing with what these men are saying so far. You know, are y'all feeling like it's not worth it? Are y'all feeling like, you know, you would rather take your money and just kind of cash out on yourself at home versus going to the club and spending all your damn check on pretty much nothing? All right, put a 2 if you agree with what's being said. Put a 1 if it's like, nah, it's giving broke. These men are a joke. It's nothing to a boss. I got it. All right, y'all let me know. But let's continue.
A club to stand around and drink something? I can do that at the crib. Now, there are times where I'm like, hey, a smooth little 10, maybe a little 15, a little 20. Hey, you know, maybe I might come up off that. But 100? Nah, you got me fucked up. There's no way I'm paying that. There's no way I'm going to justify that to myself to pay $100 to get into anywhere. Ain't no way, baby. It's not for me. And I'm not criticizing nobody that will. That's your money. And this is mine. You can spend $100. I'm gonna go spend $100 on some food and liquor and take to the crib and have a ball.
Yeah, hey, listen. Me and that brother from the same tribe. Because I'm of the belief whether I got $100 million or $100 left, $100 is still $100. I'm not one of them people who ran up a bag and stopped valuing money the same way. You know, like I remember what it was eating syrup sandwiches, syrup bread. You feel me? I ain't never saying my parents took good care of us, but it ain't like they wasn't putting shit together. You feel me? Like we come from some humble shit. So, you know, we fried the bologna. We did it. We made gourmet grilled cheeses. You feel me? We had to put some shit together. So I'll never forget that. So operating out of gluttony or niggas who burn $100 bills or say they literally wipe their butt with some money and throw it in the toilet, like that's crazy work to me. You know, because that bread could have helped somebody, could have changed somebody whole week, could have changed somebody whole month. You know what I mean? So I don't really believe in, you know, that concept, but I do get that there's men out there who do well for themselves and they do kind of move like that. Like $100 ain't shit. $100 to get in. That's, you know what I mean? That's toilet paper money. Woo, woo. I'm having shit. Woo, woo. But a lot of them men ain't going to get on these podcasts and be honest about their experiences with women and how that shit be turning out for them. You know what I'm saying? Leading with money get you played in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? 8 different ways for Sunday, especially if you a lame with some money. Now, if you got a little know-how, some experience in the game, and you got some bread, that's different. But if you a loser and you caught a bag before you had some experiences out here with these women, come on, man. You're going to have some horror stories in a year or two. You're going to have enough horror stories to write a novel. I promise you that. So, you know, the dudes that's awake, they know. Let's go.
Listen, man.
And a lot of guys feel just like how that guy felt. You know, it's like, please.
Oh, shit, my bad, chat. Y'all, I didn't know y'all was active. Jay Zilla said these people wouldn't tell their sons to do this for a young woman he trying it with. Facts. He put the laughing faces. Joe Jet in this building. 333. What up, Joe? Everybody sliding through. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Totally free. Free of charge today. Hit that like button, everybody. Shout out to Joe Jet. Shout out to Jay Zilla. Shout out to anybody watching on the road that can't be in the chat. Yes, sir. Let's go.
I have better things that I could do with $100 versus just paying that on an entry fee. You got me effed up, just like how he said. But let's continue.
I've experienced parking being from anywhere from $15 to $30. Entry, maybe $40 to about $60. And again, I live in Atlanta. And for one single shot, could easily go from anywhere from $15 to $25, depending on what you're drinking. So you're already close to spending $100 before the fun has even started. Then, if you're like me, I have plantar fasciitis. I can't stand up all night. I have to sit down. Of course, there's no seats at the bar. Why? Because they want you to buy a section. So you stop one of the waitresses and you say, excuse me, ma'am. I would love to sit down. You know, how much does it cost to sit on that IKEA couch that y'all have in the back? If you want to sit right there, you got to pay for a bottle, which is $250 per bottle at the minimum. $250 a bottle. How big are these goddamn bottles? How long am I going to be lit for? Am I going to be lit tomorrow too? Am I going to be able to go home with this bottle and get lit with my people at home is what I'm saying. Oh, no, you can't leave with the bottle. You have to drink here. And the type of bottle you can get for $250 is something like a Crown Royal, Casamigos. But if you want something that's not going to give you a headache tomorrow, well, you're going to have to spend like $400. And oh, it looks like you have up to, looks like 6 people.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. I know it's cool for y'all to all get on social media and play like everybody on social media is living above middle class, right? Everybody on social media makes 6 figures and shit. Their businesses is doing well, all that shit. I get it. Y'all go ahead and play the facade. But these conversations, these honest interactions, these interactions are due to the economy. See, a couple years ago, it wasn't cool for niggas to talk about the reality of this. Me being a person who been out the club for a lot of years, but when I was going to the club, I was in sections frequently, and I was paying that bread frequently. He leaving out the gratuity. See, we're in Chicago, and this a while ago, so I know it costs more now, but in Chicago, a cheap bottle, like some Absolute Vodka or something like that, something in that world, was going to hit you for $300 at a decent club. The $300 was not counting the gratuity. When they add the gratuity and the tax onto that shit, you really spending like $425, $450 when they get done with that. You see what I'm saying? That's why the girl that Danica just had on here that was talking about tip your waitress, a lot of times the gratuity is built into the bill. So she asking for extra. And that's why dudes get funny with her when she asking for a tip, because the gratuity was added on to the bottle. There's a minimum gratuity on any section that you purchase at a club in Chicago. Now, I don't know how they do it all across the country and shit, but I'm telling y'all that's the truth. So being a person who done spent the bread. So just understand something. So you get a section, if you like he said, if you want to drink something that's not going to give you a headache tomorrow, you north of $500 in the dough. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make it feel good for you, though. They're going to have you come in through the back, walk through the kitchen in that bitch. You don't got to go through the crowd or nothing. You had a velvet rope, the security man. You're going to be set up. You know what I mean? But is it worth it? No. The same fun we had, I could have called some females to the crib. We could have spent 50 on them same bottles we spent 500 on. We could have spent 50 and got two of them bottles. We could have spent another $10 and got the same pineapple juice and motherfucking cranberry juice they gave us. And we could have spent $1.25 on a bag of ice, called the hoes to the crib, and got it popping the same way. We could have turned the music on, had our own playlist. We could have did all that same shit. And niggas could have put in 30 a piece and had 3 dudes. We could have called 10 girls and we'd have had a fiesta. So it never made sense, honestly. But you know, when you're young and you taught that certain things are cool and certain experiences that you've seen on TV, seen in the music videos, you want to have those experiences. So I feel like when people young and shit, it's certain shit they should do. Like my homie Ye that was on the last pod. He asked me about going to Miami with his bros. I'm like, listen, man, Miami, if y'all trying to go down there and pick up chicks and y'all bag ain't long, you wasting your time in Miami. I told him the truth. I was like, if you looking for places where y'all could go and possibly pick up chicks and win while you on vacation, Miami not really a premium location for that. I told him some other spots that I may tell y'all in a different piece of content, but I just told him, like, you know, at your age and what you got going on, these are the type of vacations and these are locations that you may want to hit if you trying to like bump into a chick while you there for 4 days and actually score a goal. You feel what I'm saying? Miami's not it. You're gonna have to pay to play. You feel me? So this is the reality that get discussed when the economy fucked up. You see content creators telling the truth about this shit. Yeah, and listen, it don't gotta be because your bread fucked up. It's just we in an economy where being a little bit more responsible about the way you move, especially when it's about some hoes, you know, it's just a wise thing to do. Let me know if I'm lying. Chat 333 if you with me. Let's go.
People with you, that's a 2-bottle minimum. So now you're at a $500 minimum just to sit down.
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Wait. Is this really what the nightlife is looking like today? Seriously, I need to know. Because I don't go out, you know, it's every 10 blue moons. I may pop out with my cousins and I hate it. Okay, I don't like all the smoke. I don't like drunk people because I don't drink. So it's really pointless for me to go out. I don't drink. I don't smoke. People just be in your face. I don't like all of that. Especially as a married woman, I just be irritated. But y'all let me know. Is it really tallying up to be this expensive to go out for a night out of town?
Yes.
A bottle is $200.
3.
Are y'all kidding me?
No.
And like the guy in the previous clip said, he said, look, this is my money. All right. And I'm going to do what I want to do with my money. You do what you want to do with your money. I'm not judging you, but me over here, nah, that's not something that's wise and intelligent for me to do. That's not something that's feasible for my pockets. Okay. But maybe, you know, we're just out of touch. Maybe we just broke. You know, maybe we just a part of the dusty crowd to where it's like, oh.
Bro, soon as I realized that the same, if you ever been to as a man, if you ever clubbed twice in one weekend in a major city, you gonna spend close to $600-700. Soon as I realized I can leave the country for the same amount that I was spending to kick it on the weekends, I've been to 25 countries. Niggas was thinking small. I started looking into these trips. I'm like, wait, I can go over here. Flying to this country only costs this much. Taking a cruise to this country only costs this much. This shit only costs this much. And we paying $500 for some bottles to be around some mean assholes in Chicago. Man, I'm out. I've been everywhere, nigga. I've been everywhere. I'm on my way to Greece in 30 minutes. Facts. Not 30 minutes, but you get what I'm saying? In like 2 seconds.
Y'all ain't got $200 for a bottle. Y'all ain't got $400 a brokey.
I'm brokey.
Maybe we some brokies. I don't know. Y'all let me know though, okay? Put a, let's say 3 in the chat if this is what you do when you go out. To where, yeah, it usually is going to run you this amount. And yeah, we pay that. Put a 4 in the chat if it's like, yeah, that's how much it costs, and that's why I stay my ass at home. Y'all let me know. I'm trying to see something. Okay, I'm trying to see something. But I don't feel like this is financially responsible.
It's not.
Also, I want to say, damn, I may be in the wrong business.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not financially responsible. That's why, you know, you gotta have some years, especially like me. I started like out of college, I had got a decent little job, so I was touching some real bread real young. So I got me a good year or two in my system of just fucking the bread up. You know what I'm saying? Before I put some shit up. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I think most people when they first get to touching some money, a lot of millionaires will tell you that when they first got to touching some money, they had fucked some bread up for they got straight. That's just that shit. I feel like that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have some real stern guidance, like shit, you gonna learn from experience when it comes to touching some real paper. You know what I'm saying? Jay Zilla said that price could get you a private living room professional DJ. That's a fact. Joe Jet said, bullseye, takes that flight. Yeah, you got to get out the country, man. For them same prices, you could leave the country. You up in here, you know, doing all that to impress these mean ass, entitled ass American women, and you can go somewhere for sometimes a little less than that. If you a type of nigga who not scared to travel on a weekday, you can get flights for the low all around this motherfucking flat ass earth. Promise you that. I'm telling y'all, I ain't telling y'all nothing wrong. Go get you a travel credit card. Use that shit to buy gas and pay it off every single week. Build up your points. Fuck around, fly for free. I'm giving y'all free game, G. Leaving the country do not cost that much, folks. It really don't. It don't have to. Not if you know a couple tips and tricks. It don't have to, G. Move around. Only thing is when you leave the country and you deal with them women outside the country and you see how fucking accommodating they is, you is gonna come back looking at Shaquanda way different. You're gonna be a lot less tolerant of Shaquanda. I promise you that. I promise you that. Let's go.
Shoot, I need to open me up a club. You know what I mean? We ain't got ballet. All right. I got a high schooler that I pay minimum wage to point you in the direction of, you know, empty parking spots, you know, but I'm gonna charge you $50 for that. Yeah. And hurry up because he gotta go to school in the morning. So let's not take too long on the 50. You know what I'm saying? But I can't believe this. You can't even sit down at the club. You cannot sit down at the club. Like you really gotta buy a section. That's crazy. Anyway, like the video, share the video, and subscribe.
Make sure y'all tap in with Danica. I think we got what we need on this one. Again, that's Danica Dope Discussions. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with her. I'll put a link to her channel in the edited version of this video, as I always do, so y'all can tap in and subscribe to her. She got great content. She always talk about a lot of different things, much like River TV, speaking like a wife sounds, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know, speaking from the position of a woman who gets and understands men. And I always enjoy hearing that and seeing that from a Black woman, especially because it just feels good in my soul. You know, you have a clear understanding that they still exist in this world. And you just look for your golden nugget, you know what I mean, for those who are still on the hunt. But again, that was the reaction for the day. All right, so let's move into the question of the day. Question of the day. Can one truly achieve redemption from a promiscuous past? That is the question of the day. Can one truly achieve redemption from a promiscuous past? Let me put some thought into it. Chat, chime in on this if y'all can. Jay Zilla, Joe Jet, Trippy in the building. Oh, I ain't even see you slide through the building. Trippy, 333, Trippy in the building. Oh, yeah, all the dogs in the building today. What's going on? We need Chris Dale to slide through. Yeah, we need Deacon to slide through. Joe Jet, what we got? He said, I think so, but I'm not buying that ticket. Can one truly achieve redemption from a promiscuous past? He said, I think so, but I'm not buying that ticket. Okay, so my question then becomes, what is a promiscuous past? Like, what is that? No, not what is a promiscuous past. What does redemption look like from a promiscuous past? That would be my follow-up, Joe, on that. And I'm going to give my answer to this too. I'm just trying to mull it over in my mind. Because what is redemption? Is redemption like, okay, a woman had a serious hoe phase or whatever the case may be, right? And then she now in a point in her life where she want to be serious with somebody and get her a husband. You know what I mean? Let's just say her promiscuous past got some publicity to it. So via OnlyFans or via, you know, something like that, to where she was seen by many. Many could recognize her nationwide or even globally, whatever the case may be. Like what level of promiscuity we talking about? Or was she just known around town? She spun a couple blocks in her neighborhood. I don't know. It depends on what redemption is. It depends on how the promiscuous past impacted that woman. Because men, I don't know that it's called promiscuity when you a guy. Because a lot of men are starting to discuss it now. But being a man who running through the streets, it's a lot of turbulence that come with that. There's a lot of harsh learning experiences that men when men be like, oh yeah, I got 100 bodies, or I hit at least 300 women and all this. Like dudes who say that, they got a lot of horror stories with females too. Scares, vandalism of their vehicle, the crazy types, the toxic types, restraining orders. These dudes that have dealt with hundreds of women, they got stories. It ain't like it's just smooth sailing. You just running around knocking shit off. You ain't them niggas didn't been to the doctor, the hospital. They talk to them for real. Sit down with one of them offline when they're not on the internet and don't need to tell the gruesome details of dealing with all those souls. That shit ain't smooth sailing for men. I don't know if it's considered promiscuous though, because men who have dealt with a lot of women and have a lot of experience with women, that don't disqualify them in the eyes of women. If it disqualified them in the eyes of women, then we could discuss it as such. But we know for a fact it doesn't. That's why dudes could have 8 baby mamas, 7 baby mamas. If you say, yeah, I take care of my kids, I'm an active father, that's enough. They're going to keep it rolling with you. Some women got a hard cut off, but for most women, you can still go hunting. I ain't going to lie to you. Trippy said, how promiscuous we talking? That's what I'm saying, Trippy. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, how promiscuous we talking? Jay Zilla said, too many pimps. I worry she's easily persuaded back to that life. Yeah, I mean, I think if you was once for the streets, you're going to have it. Listen, I don't want a woman with the itch. The itch is, maybe we should do a code language on the itch. I have to do a definition on the itch. We'll add that to the classic codes definitions. We got 3 so far. That'll be the 4th one. But the itch is a woman who either has or has a desire to have a hoe phase. That's the itch. It's women who got married at 21 that leave their marriages at 35 because they feel like they never got to live and they feel like they got married too young and they miss so many things about life. What did you miss about life that you can't participate in your marriage? See, we got to filter straight through the bullshit. What is it about life that you missing that you can't participate in your marriage? Some hoe shit. Some hoe shit. So when they saying that, they saying they got the itch. They got FOMO, fear of missing out on the streets. That's what it is. Joe Jet says, redemption is the person's ability to overcome being loose and become true to faithfulness. Most people will weaponize sympathy for their past, so it's most likely disingenuous majority of the time. Yeah, man, I think that women who have ran through these streets, it works different for women and men. Let's discuss both and have a balanced conversation. I'll start with men. Men who have ran through the streets and accumulated a lot of bodies, generally they reach a point where they're either exhausted or they've actually had enough, right? They've satisfied the urge and they're looking for stability and foundation and to build something solid. So a lot of times when men walk away from the streets, they're done with the streets. You know what I'm saying? They done. Women walk away from the streets oftentimes due to lack. Need some help with these bills around here. Need something steady, something solid. These kids getting expensive that I done made with these men that ain't around because I made it hard for them to be around. No, I'm giving y'all the real version. Fuck the shit the picture they paint. Because I done made it hard for these men to be around, or because I was dealing with men who, I only wanted me physically and I only wanted them physically. And so they weren't incentivized by love or attachment or anything of that nature to stick around. Men that told me they didn't want the child when I told them I was a month pregnant, all of that shit, right? Then they'll say, you know what, I need me a husband. But if they could have it their way, if they weren't in that situation, they'll stay in the fucking streets. A lot of women that's walking away from the streets, they walking away from the streets out of some form of necessity. Men walk away from the streets because they ready to. And that's why a lot of times women will go back to the streets. Soon as they get up on their feet good, shit, you ain't good enough no more, and they saw a better option. See, the thing about a woman who done took a lot of dicks is they got that mentality like there's another one, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. I can get another one, another one, another one. That's it's hard to shake that shit. So when a woman be like, I've done the work and we all got a pass, but I've done the work. Hey, you could sell it to me on clearance. I ain't buying it. It's just a risk I don't want to take. It's just a risk I don't want to take. I don't want to burn up time learning whether or not that's true or false. They'll try to shame you and weaponize some shit against you. Like, how you gonna, listen, just move around. Go find a nigga who don't mind. Don't even sit here and have no back and forth with me. Go find a nigga who don't mind. There's niggas who don't mind. You may not like them. They may not, you know what I'm saying? But shit, it is what it is. You made your choices. I made mine. We all got to live with it. Trippy said, I think 10 plus bodies, especially before 30, is when it starts getting scary. But really is who the friends are around them. If she's around true wives, now I can see it. Yeah, the circle matters. Their mother matters. Their grandmother matters. The women in their life, they aunties matter. Who is the closest people to you? Because them the ones that got the influence and them the ones that you're going to talk to too much. Have you noticed that women start having this burnt out look when they have been with very promiscuous? Yeah, absolutely. That's all them souls, man. Shang Tsung. Joe Jet said the circle definitely matters all day long. The circle matters all day long. But yeah, I think that men don't go through something for nothing. When they play the field and they run through these streets, men generally have a real good sense coming out of the streets, a realistic sense and idea of what a long-term life partnership or companionship or marriage looks like for them. Because everybody got different things they looking for. It's niggas who looking for situationships. They're not even looking for no ring, no paperwork. And then you got dudes that's looking for marriage when they get out the streets. But for men that's getting out of the streets, they have an understanding of what the woman looks like, sounds like, speaks like, presents like, that is going to be conducive to stability and sustainability, right? Women come out the streets and they still oftentimes, and I'm going based off of the results, not based on my opinion, they still oftentimes don't have any idea of what like the right guy for them is. We see examples of it. There's a lot of social experiments available to us now via YouTube. And so that's the beautiful thing. Pop the Balloon Show is a social experiment, whether you want it to be or not. Yes, there are people that you could weed out of the experiment as outliers because they're there to promote their brands or their businesses or try to go viral. But for the majority of them who seem to be genuinely open to a connection and there to see if they can find something, you know, it's a social experiment. It gives us a good census. And a lot of times you see women pop the balloon on men who us as other men could look at and be like, there's nothing wrong with this brother here. This brother looks like he's about 5'10" to 6'2" based on the framing, based on how tall he is next to Arlette. His brother looks like he's got a good barber. Brother said he has a good job on him. You know, he talks a little proper, but hey, you never know. Where is he from, right? Pop, 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 bang. Okay. Arlette, I love this part. Arlette go walk to the chicks and say, hey, why you pop? They don't never have a real reason that matters. A reason that fucking matters. Oh, I just didn't like his outfit. That nigga changed clothes every day. Oh, I just really wasn't feeling his belt. That nigga got 100 belts. I don't know. For me, it was his haircut. He could change his haircut. He might not even be tripping. That might not even be the way he normally even wears his haircut. He might have been trying something this month, and he just happened to get called for the show. Like, you get what I'm saying? The disqualification factors be some dumb shit. So, you know, we going off what we see. We get a good census of like, you know, the thinking of the modern woman. And, you know, we got whole shows where guys do nothing but interview women, whole panels from We Need to Talk, where the guy is very calm. Shout out to that podcast. I should do some reactions to some of their stuff. You know, where the guy is very calm, the host is very calm, the other brothers are chill, older guys, salt and pepper beard, and they have mature women on there, and they sit and try to have sensible conversations, but even they just be saying some shit, and it's just like, y'all don't get it. If all you women just go follow River TV and Danica Dope Discussions, put your feelings to the side and take advice from them, y'all will be wives in 6 months to a year. Go follow River TV. If you're a single woman and you want to find a husband and you don't want to listen to a man tell you how to do it, go follow River TV, Danica Dope Discussions, put your feelings to the side and take advice to them. You'll be a wife in 6 months to a year. Merch. Trippy said, it's the vibe or the energy that they say too. Yeah. It's always, I'm all about vibes and vibes. That's them vibes is what run up that body count. Nigga just be chill, let you talk, lay in the cut. You already like how he look and smell. He really don't have to talk. If a woman already sexually attracted to you on the pull up, you could just let her talk all night and get your reward at the end. That's one thing I had to learn. I talked myself out of some pussy 2 or 3 times. You just don't have to talk. She already decided, bro. Just go through the process. Yeah, so what type of things do you like to do? That's what's up. I like doing that too. Yeah, you been there? That's what's up. So how was your family life? The appetizers come out. Okay. Yeah, my family was cool too. I got, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you like dogs? You into pets? You have any pets growing up? Entrees come out. Yep. That's okay. Yeah, you cool. Ha 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 ha. You look nice. You know what I'm saying? You look nice. I like your nails. What made you choose that color? Get the bill. You ready to go? What you want to do after this? Well, maybe, if you're not ready to go home, we could go Netflix and chill, whatever. Yeah, that sound cool. Score! Ain't said shit all night. Ain't said shit all night. Chat Q&A her ass. Ha! Chat Q&A her ass. Yeah. You don't gotta talk, nigga. If she choosing, nigga, all you can do is fuck it up with your vocals. You talking about nothing. Compliments and questions. I'm just giving y'all free game. But back to the question of the day. Can one truly achieve redemption from a promiscuous past? What's the verdict on this, chat? What we saying? We saying a hard yes or a hard no? What's up? Let's make a tough decision, chat. Trippy, Joe Jet, Jay Zilla. Who else in here? What we doing? Trippy said, how would you feel if a woman had a promiscuous past but was now wanting to be celibate and you were talking to her? Would you accept that? No. All the women I met that had promiscuous passes that wanted to be like that I took out on a date and they told me they was practicing celibacy, they offered that thing to me within a very short period of time. So they was ready to break whatever that celibacy was they was doing. They was ready to break that shit. The celibate game is a hard no. But yeah, to answer your question in particular, if a woman has a promiscuous past and then is celibate and wants me to wait for something that the other 40 niggas didn't have to wait for, absolutely not. What do I look like? The neighborhood goofy? I'm not waiting for some shit didn't nobody else have to work for. That's when you know as a female you done already put yourself behind the 8 ball. And yeah, it's hard to listen to the truth, but shit, it don't change it. Jay Zilla says 6 months to a year guaranteed, but these people be torn. They trying to choose between the life and domestication. Yeah. Facts. They got the itch. You right, Jay Zilla. Definitely. Follow River TV and Danica Dope Discussions. Consume their content on a regular basis. If you're a woman that's trying to become a wife, consume their content and the way they hold women accountable. Apply some of that to your spirit. You'll be a wife in 6 months to a year. Promise you that. And both of them go to the gym too. So you got to do that part too. But for sure, you ain't lying. 6 months to a year guaranteed. They should be selling courses. Trippy said, I'm going to go with no. Too much molding. And I know me. I'm going to get mad if I hear too many things come out about her past because it will always slip out. Yeah, that's a fact. I don't know, man. I think, I'm with you, Trippy. I'm going to go ahead and say no for me personally as well. I'm going to follow up behind Trippy and just say nah for me personally. Now, on behalf of men, can women achieve redemption? I think there's always going to be, somebody out there who says, I don't care about that stuff. That's why it's different types of dudes and different types of females. So I think that redemption can be achieved for said person who has a promiscuous past. I would say yes in general. and no for me. But yeah, great question of the day, man. Great question of the day. Was able to go off on a couple tangents. You know, good content for y'all. Let's move into the story time, y'all. You know where we headed. TikTok, baby. TikTok, baby. Y'all know where we going. This chick seemed like she a hot mess, man. I don't really know exactly what she talking about. We just gonna check it out off rip because I watched like 5 seconds and I was like, we just gonna use this. She's a character. See what I'm saying? Off rip. Let's go.
Okay, story time of me sneaking this dude in my house and my dad called him butt naked in my bed. Just don't take your clothes off around me at this point. And when I say butterball, I'm talking no cover on, no nothing. So it was this guy that I had met, and he used to, this is during my sneaking out days. I was always sneaking out, just sneaking out, just being grown. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Mind you, I'm 30 now. So this was a long time ago. But always sneaking the hell out, me and that pink stool. So put the little pink stool outside my window. Once again, I met this guy on Instagram. He had came to see me a few times. He in the car too. It's regular routine. He in the car. And usually when I sneak out and I would go get in the car with him, we would either sit in the car or we'll go to like one of his people's houses, but not like being super intimate. Like it wasn't an intimate setting. Like it'll always be like people around and stuff. But I really was feeling him, like feeling him. Mind you, like I was saying, I was feeling him. And my father used to work overnight. So he worked from 10 p.m. at night to 6 a.m. in the morning. Mind you, like you know how like you young, you got the whole routine down packed. You just know your parents. Your parents know you. You know your no. They think they know you, but you know them. They regular routine. So I called that man over. I literally thought my life was going to end that day. Like that's how bad it was. Child, I had put a little sexy little outfit on and all that.
Oh, shit. Trippy said this the type of girl that would have requirements to be in a relationship, but not for a sneaky link. That's something that I would never understand. Yeah, it's always the It's always the ones that then gave that motherfucker up for nothing, trying to tell you that you need to do something. It's like that's when you know that you're dealing with a chick that thinks that you're a people show you what they think of you by the things they try to get over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you think I'm a goofy. You used to jump off a stool, sneak out the house, do God knows what with how many God knows who's, sneak people in, this, that, and the third, and then get to a certain point and tell somebody like, to deal with me, you got a bloody skippity. Man, you better save it. Let's go.
Like, who is doing this in their parents? Who is doing this? So I had my little outfit on. He came over. Mind you, like my door, I had just rearranged my room. So my door is here. As soon as you walk in the door, I had put my TV like kind of, it was like slanted in front of my door. So you would have to like walk around the TV to see my bed. And then my bed was pushed up against the wall. I would show y'all, but you know, I don't know how I would show y'all. Anywho, he came over. Y'all already know what went down. Y'all know what happened. Child, if y'all thought I was being grown the other night, I was being even more grown this night. That man was knocked out cold. Okay, I'm talking about snoring so loud. But like I said, I was just feeling him. And mind you, I'm the type of person that just get turned off real easily. Like, I just get turned off. So
I bet you do get turned off real easy when you got so many different people to compare to each other. Jay Zilla said, so they 16 meeting on IG, adding up the bodies. That man McBride said 5 bodies by 23. Shit, she got 15 and she deserves a 4 out of 10. Damn. Your inner savage just emerged. My man just came in this bitch and went on a full blitz.
Natural born crash dummy. And he go crash out. He go crash out.
So he was snoring so loud, I almost got turned off. I just was like, I'm gonna just let that man sleep. And he was working. He was older than me. Child, I don't know who I thought I was, but you could not tell me that wasn't my man. Like, I was treating him like he was my man that night. Like, so like I was saying, you know your parents' routine. I fell asleep that night. When I woke up, most of the time when my father come home, he goes straight to his room because he be so tired. I don't know why this one particular day when he came in the house, why my mother was up. Mind you, most of the time, her ass be asleep. She was up cooking breakfast. I guess she called herself doing something nice for him. So when the door opened, I heard the door. I hopped up. I opened my room door to like fake walk to the bathroom to see, just check the temperature, like see what was going on, because I didn't hear him go to his room. When the door opened, I'm like, what's going on? I go outside the door, walk to the bathroom. I smell fucking bacon, fucking breakfast food. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Friends, you already know my heart literally fell out my fucking ass. Like,
I bet. Hey, you made the number one mistake. You sneaking dudes into your people crib. You made the number one mistake. And the number one mistake is you got too comfortable, baby. You got too comfortable. You just got, listen, the dude snoring mad loud. He an older cat. You already under, it's a whole lot of legal shit wrong with what you talking about. And you just got too comfortable. You damn sure don't fall asleep, but you don't let him rest. He done what he need to do. You get him out the house while it's still safe and with plenty of time left on the clock. You don't ever do that. So, I'm sure this going to end bad. Let's go.
I almost had a heart attack. Like, I grabbed myself like, oh my God, no. What am I going to do? Like, I go back in my room, I'm pacing back and forth, and this nigga snoring so fucking loud. Like,
he should have been woke up. You should have been woke him up. When you heard the door open and smell bacon, he should have been woke up. Trippy said, you sure you don't want to change your mind about that gay son / whole daughter's discussion? Yeah, I'm sure. Yup. Joe Jet said, just let them talk. Come on, Joe. Let them talk about. Come on, Joe. Trippy said, oh yeah. Are you talking about that advice? Yeah, Joe. If she already chose, you don't got to talk. You don't have to talk. Ask questions, give compliments, and say, mm-hmm. You already won. Only thing you could do by talking too much is talk your way right out the draws. It only take you do it once to never do it again. Trippy said, hand tattoo is a red flag. I've heard a thing that tattoos show damage when it comes to women. Hold on. It's not showing your whole comment. Hold on. My bad. Hand tattoo is a red flag too. I've heard a thing that tattoos show damage when it comes to women. What do you think about this? What you mean they show damage? You got to elaborate on that question for me. Jay Zilla laughing at Trippy. Joe Jet said every red flag is 5 bodies. She's at 10 minimum. They got to manage the Q-chi, man. These women got to manage the Q-chi. They have got to manage the Q-chi. Much better. Because look, she telling us this story time in public that we don't necessarily deserve to know about her life. But then it's just like, this woman probably will want to take up a husband one day. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, she'll be mad that this disqualifies her. But as men, we get it. I don't know, y'all. Come on.
so loud to the point where I had to keep cutting the TV up. And mind you, if you was born in like my era, This is like around the time of MTV Jams. Okay, so I got MTV Jams on the TV playing the music. I cut it up. I don't got no choice. I'm like, I cut it up. I'm like, look, this is so wild. It's 6:50 in the morning. I'm blasting music. Like, this is so suspicious. I'm pacing back and forth in my room. I don't even know what to do. I keep walking from the window to the closet, from the window to the closet. Now I'm out in the hallway, keep going from the bathroom to my room, to the bathroom, to my room. And my father was in such a good mood that morning. Like, I don't know if he was in a good mood because my mom was cooking him breakfast, but they was playing music. They out there dancing and being all happy, too happy. Then to make it even worse, like, if you know me, you know the guilt just be there. Like, I look so guilty.
Why would you even play like this and you know you got a guilty conscience? Why would you even play like this and you know you don't have no poker face? And why you ain't wake this dude up and tell him to get dressed and ready to move around? This woman did everything wrong. I'm starting to think the story is fake. She did everything wrong.
Just looks so guilty. When I ran into him in the hallway coming from the bathroom, he like, what you doing up? I'm like, huh? My stomach. I don't know why this is my favorite excuse. I always used to say my stomach just hurt. I don't know. He like, oh, okay, like, you know, cool. Whoo, I go back in my room. He's still snoring. But mind y'all, I left this out. I'm really trying to wake this man up. He would not get, when I say not budge, not nothing, like, I'm squeezing his face. I didn't want to slap him. It was coming, but I'm squeezing him, like really pushing, like, please get up, Lord, please just help me. He's just snoring so loud, like, I'm just like, oh my God. Bitch, my father come back to the door to ask me if I wanted something to eat. I open my room door. He hear the music. Mind you, I already told you they was dancing out there. Because when I peeked around the corner, I seen them dancing. He hear my music now. He want to come slow dancing in my room like, ooh, like, this is my song. I'm like, no, please don't come here. Okay, story time of me sneaking this dude in my house.
Come on. No. What happened? No. Chat. Come on, chat. What's going on, chat? No. She can't do that. It's got to be a part 2. I got to know what happened. It's no way. I got to know what happened. Damn. Trippy said psychological damage. The most tattoos on the body, the more damage. Not going to lie. It is some truth to that when you look at celebs with a lot of tattoos. I'm tatted, though. Is that only for women? Because I'm super tatted. But I've been through some shit, too. Trippy said, plus most marriage-seeking men usually don't prefer women with tats, so it's some correlation to it all. That's true, too. It's certain dudes that like tatted up women, but I'm cool with women having tattoos, but being, like, tatted, like, I don't know about all that shit. Jay Zilla, this happened in 2014. Damn, you did the math on her? Hey, y'all, I'm finna try to see if I can find the video. Hold tight with me, chat. I'm finna try to see if it's a part 2 to this. Sit tight. Let's see. Hold on. This little chick fast, man. She all half naked on her TikTok. That shit crazy. Nah, chat. Ain't no part 2, yo. So her pops came slow dancing in the room and seen a dude bookie ball naked on her bed in his house. That's crazy. Y'all crashing out? Hey, chat, that's your daughter. You crashing out? You step in the room, see a dude just sprawled out in her bed, damn near your age. No, I'm talking about he ain't even got his socks on in that motherfucker. Y'all crashing out? What y'all doing, chat? About your baby girl. Because listen, the way he was asleep, the damage been done. You see what I'm saying? The way he was asleep, The damage been done. So are y'all crashing out? Joe Jet said he can't wake up from that Gawk 5000. His soul is in her stomach. That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, I done had that coma sleep. You hear me? Ain't gonna be no moving for the next about 10 hours. You feel me? Yeah. I don't need no water. I don't need no nothing. All I need is for to be left alone. Yes, Lord. Thank you for your services. Yes, Lord. Thank you for the blessing. Jay Zilla said, and Joe Jet, not the soul. Yeah, the soul, fam. The soul. Shang Tsung. Joe Jet said, I'll wake him up and say, grab what you can before I get my pistol. That's what you will wake him up and say about your baby girl? Yeah. I think I'm gonna let him stay asleep until I get my pistol. Allegedly, all for content creation purposes. Everything that's stated here is all alleged for content creation purposes. But yeah, I'll probably go get my pistol, then wake him up for sure. Yeah. But I'm definitely gonna let him know, go ahead, don't come back. Don't come back. If you step another foot on this property after this, it's definitely gonna be criminal trespassing. And I'm gonna protect my land to the fullest extent of the law. You understand what that means? Okay, go ahead about your day. Allegedly is what I would tell him. Jay Zilla said, she said still living there. She was trying to show us. Yeah, she is still living there. She did say she was still living there. She was trying to show us her room. So her dad don't want to hear the rest. I bet you her room don't even have a door on it no more. If she still live with her people, her room definitely don't have a door on it no more. Her shit like Carlton in the last season of Bel Air. Doorway, just doorway. Ha! Just a doorway. Boom, boom. On phone now. That's crazy work. But yeah, man, another great story time, man. Wow. I'll definitely put the link to the TikTok creator in the edited version of this video in the description for show. Yeah, man. But let's move into the code language conversation. Code language for the day. Protocol. You know how we do with the code language conversation. We always start off with the book definition. You know what I mean? We always start off with the book definition. So protocol. A protocol generally refers to a set of rules and procedures for conducting activities, particularly in formal or technical contexts. It can describe a detailed plan for scientific experiments, a code of conduct in social or diplomatic settings, or a set of rules governing data transmission in computing. So when it comes to the protocol, man, it's similar to sticking to the codes. Joe Jet said, no door, definitely black parents move. Yeah, you got to take the door smooth off the hinges for that. But protocol, man, we talking about the protocol, man. What do y'all believe is proper protocol for certain situations? Do y'all believe in right or wrong? Do y'all believe that adults operate in right or wrong? Or do you believe that there's just decisions and consequences? Right and wrong is to be decided by spiritual deities. What do y'all think, man? Because proper protocol is something that I think I had to learn through experience and trial and error too. I didn't have etiquette classes when I was young. And like before my first date, I didn't have like, my pops didn't sit me down before my first date and be like, and no, this ain't no disrespect to my pops or nothing like that. It just didn't happen, right? My pops didn't sit me down. My older brother didn't sit me down before my first date and be like, hey, man, you know, when you go on a date, you know, do this and put your cologne on like that. And you know what I mean? And make sure you do this and that. Like I knew some certain shit from the movies, like open her door. You know, I knew the protocol in regards to like certain things in regards to chivalry because, you know, your mom will tell you, get the door for a lady, get the door for your mama, woo, stuff like that. So I knew like little shit like that. But even just like how to finesse your first kiss, how to move into, you know, putting your arm around her in the movies. I had to go, I mean, in the movie theater, I had to go off the movies. Like what they do in the show, what they do, the little fake yawn and you just give her like that. You know what I mean? All that shit. Then I had to learn through experience, like you don't even got to do none of that shit. That shit just for the movies. Like if you out on a date with a female back, like during those times, you already won for real. Like I told y'all, like if you already won as a man, the worst thing you could do is over talk and do too much. Just chill. You already won, bro. Just chill. Let her talk. Let her get comfortable. Let her feel comfortable. Let her be comfortable. And it's going to go your way. You already won, folks. She chose you. You know what I mean? So, and then women be so fickle, you can't even, don't do too much because they'll all tell you, like, I get turned off easy, this and that. Shout out to Miles. What's going on, big dog? Got to control the lower brain as an adult Why not teach it to the youth? True indeed. True indeed. Definitely have to. It's good to know. It's good to know proper protocols and scenarios. I think that being big homies and stuff like that never went out of style for guys. I just think that there's been a shift, a positive shift for men. Like a lot of big homies now are giving young dudes like good advice, whereas a lot of big homies when we was young was telling us how to go about getting away with the bullshit. They wasn't really telling us like, hey, look, if you really trying to win in life, like go this way, go about it that way, prioritize this now, so later you could woo. Like it's a lot of that type of big homie energy going on nowadays. Whereas back when I was younger, it was just like, yeah, man, you know, you wanna have hoes, you know, do this, do that. Like we was getting bad big homie advice. So protocol is very important socially. Understand a certain protocol, even just as a young man being your first time in a situation where you're gonna meet female you dealing with parents, having somebody to talk you through that before you get over there. Hey, address her dad as sir in the door. Address her dad as sir. Address her mother as ma'am. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Everybody don't come from that southern background where ma'am and sir is like normal to them. Some people go to Mr. and Mrs. route. You know what? Different things. But protocol is just definitely important. Not even in the scientific or tech world, but definitely in society. Joe Jett said, there's definitely a thing of right and wrong. Our society just gets caught up in the absolutes when it can be a flexible situation and try to bend the rules on facts. I agree. I believe there's far more gray than there is black and white. And I believe we're taught black and white in order to create division. People choose sides, they separate themselves, they divide themselves, they can't unite, they can't conquer. If people gained understanding, you know, of each other, understanding of differences and respect for those differences, then people could collaborate more effectively, nations could align more effectively, etc., etc. That's the last thing that said powers that be would probably desire, because it means that being overthrown is now in the cards at that point. But that's real facts, though. I always say I don't believe in right and wrong. I think right and wrong is for children. Once you're into adulthood, you just got decisions and fallout. Decisions and fallout. Somebody could say, you know, never under any circumstance as a man should you raise your hand to a female. Somebody could say that. But if a female pulls a sharp object on you and makes an attempt to unalive you, you know, giving her a Roy Jones Jr. lead hook, I think would be appropriate. You know, giving her, you know, a Muhammad Ali straight right hand, I think would be appropriate. You know what I mean? So there's always situations that you have to take into account. And I like that Joe Jett pointed out, we can't be dealing in absolutes so much. And that's why I will always have a channel, right? Because that's what my channel is founded on, is cracking the codes and not dealing in absolutes, but actually having nuanced conversations, discussing and exploring different perspectives and being open to being quote unquote wrong, or just learning another way to look at something besides your own. So for sure. Jay Zilla said, men get pissed too, turned off. You ever have to tell a little mama you got to go because you annoying? I don't care if we both in our drawers. Yeah, that's a fact. I definitely done put some coochie out my house before hitting it. I don't even want to hit no more. You just got to bounce. Protocol. He said that's protocol. Facts. Yeah. Some shit get too annoying. I don't even want that little monkey no more. You gotta roll. Miles Batchelor said, always consider the consequences, and if you are prepared to accept them. Facts. Because if you unprepared, I think that's what we call crashing out, right? When somebody know they about to do something that could put them in a real bad way for a real long time, and they go through with it anyway. I believe that's our definition of the crash out. That is the modern day crash out. Trippy said, my girl fam liked when I came up talking to them with respect. They started telling her, don't mess that up. On facts. Being respectful helps get the fam on your side when your lady tripping. That's true indeed. And it also, in some instances, it could push your lady away from you. I had a female tell me that before. One of my I was trying to make her my little high school sweetheart, but it didn't work out. So I had to call an audible and get me one that was a little more final. But my original high school sweetheart I was trying to have, shorty had broke up with me for a dumb dude that had failed a grade and everything because she said our relationship was too perfect. She was like, my parents love you. I got a curfew, but when I'm with you, I could be out later. Your parents love me. We don't fight. She was like, it's just too perfect. It feels like a fairy tale. Like I want some spontaneity in my life. I think that was the first time I started to realize how mental retardation impacts the female community. You know what I'm saying? I never heard of such a thing. You know what I mean? But it's real. It's real. Joe Jet said Jay-Z banished the coochie. Yeah, he vanquished the coochie. Thine must leave. You're annoying. You must go. Miles Bachelor said, great content, CC. Wisdom beyond your years. Gratitude. How old you think I am, Joe? My wisdom might not be beyond my years, dog. You know, black don't crack. How old you think I am, bro? I ain't going to tell y'all, but I'll let you know if you close. Joe Jet. Too perfect. What's she doing now? Exactly. Yeah, exactly? Unmarried. I don't know what she's doing. She might not be maneuvering through the street. She did have a good head on her shoulders, but she unmarried. But hey, it is what it is. 35, you in the ballpark. So I appreciate the compliment. You in the ballpark. I didn't know how off you was. But yeah. Yeah, man. So it's good to know protocol. It's good to have a clear understanding of protocol. And if you're the one that know the protocol and you see a youngin, whether it be young female or young man, about to go into their first of any situation, first big sports event, first big game, right? First date, first, whatever. You see him about to go into it. It's important to stop him and let him know, hey, do you know the protocol? You know how to move in these situations? Have you been in these situations before? You have not. Okay, well, look, this is how you can play this. This is how you play that. These are your options when you get in this situation. These are your options when you get in that situation. This is how you avoid certain circumstances. This when you know when to leave. If you take heed to my words, you should have you a good, fun night. Stay out of jail. Stay out of some fights. Stay out of trouble. You know what I mean? Just go undefeated out here. Because I know I did it. I went through all my wildest years. Never seen a set of handcuffs. Not even a slap on the wrist. I ain't never even been in holding. None of that. Went through all my wildest years. Got through undefeated. You know what I'm saying? So you can go out and have a good time if you know some protocol and stay out the way too. Trippy said, I know that high school sweetheart had to hit you with the how you been text. You know how that go. Ha! You know how that go. Try to spin the block in college. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's one thing about my females too. Like I could say like for the most part with like one or two exceptions, my chicks always get finer and finer. That's why I'd be like, oh, if something walk away, it's like, shit, I know the next one going to be, you feel me? I ain't really had to take no steps back. You know what I mean? Not for real. Jay Zilla said, goofy work in many degrees. Facts, man. Facts. But yeah, man, that's the code language for today. Protocol. So I see y'all active today, chat, which I appreciate. You know, I got nothing but love for my dogs, man. My tribe all together today. What y'all got for me for chat Q&A? I got time. Talk to me. I got time. Y'all know I'm finna play the rest of this verse, and I'm gonna wait for a question to come in. Send me something good, man. Let's do it. We got some great minds in here today. It's some of the big dogs in here. Trippy in here. Miles always got great takes in the comments. Joe Jet, he be having full soliloquies in there for me to break down, man. We got some great minds in here, so I know somebody got a good chat Q&A for me. This some good conversation. I appreciate y'all, chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button while y'all here. Jay Zilla said protocol 333 to everybody too. Let's get some music going, man. I'll wait for the question to come up.
To leave, I be putting in long miles. I ain't gotta stop to breathe. I be putting in long hours. I ain't gotta stop to sleep. Y'all put in that time, put in work. I'm a different breed. My work ethic marine. Mama mentality, shout out the beam. Coach life sweat, 6 society T. I'm in the gym working out clean. Bad work, 5 punch combinations, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies
Yes, Lord. What up, chat? We ain't got nothing, chat? If it's that, it's that. We already hour 15 in. Y'all know I'll call it one now. Oh, man, shout out real quick, too. Shout out to Souls of Thought, man. Make sure y'all tap in with Souls of Thought. They got great content over there. I had tapped in and Uncle Plug TV. Plug spelled with 2 G's. Uncle Plug TV. Make sure y'all subscribe to them dudes, man. They had me as a guest on their show. I had Souls of Thought on the Men's Minute panel last week for y'all. Make sure y'all tap in with them. They shouted me out on the live last night. I didn't join the panel, but I was in their comment section for a little bit. But yeah, man, shout out to Souls of Thought. Make sure y'all tap in with them too. I think we got a comment or a question. Miles said, living in a red state, the cops are always curious of color. True indeed. True indeed. I live in a red state now. I used to live in a blue state. Actually, I'm not sure. Is Illinois blue? Yeah, I think Illinois blue. I used to live in a blue state. I live in a red state now. And I could say I like living in a red state better than a blue state. Everything is a bit more clear. The taxes are better. The gun laws are looser. Everything's just a bit more clear. The races are overt. You know, they're not hiding. And, you know, green is always the most important color. So living in a red state, you know, I think things are just like a bit more evident. Being in like Chicago and stuff like that, there's segregation and shit like that. But when people have to congregate amongst each other, it's a lot of fake shit. Like you could be very much dealing with like somebody who's a full-blown racist or something like that, and they'll be treating you kind and you won't even know what they calling you, you know what I mean, when they get to the house or whatever the case may be. Whereas out here, you will know you talking to somebody who don't like you for real. But they're gonna do some business with you though. Hey, here's your order, here's your woo. All right, go ahead now. You know what I'm saying? So I like living in a red state. I can't lie. Miles said you got some music, bro. My subs need work. LOL. Yeah, I actually have a ton of music. I really don't talk about it, but I took my catalog off of streaming platforms. I'm thinking about repurposing my catalog and finding another way, a more lucrative and profitable way to distribute it to my audience that gives a damn, because the streams don't add up to dollars the way that they should for artists. And I'm fully independent, so I'm not contractually bound to any label that needs a cut out of anything I'm doing. But I actually have a catalog of thousands of songs, and I had almost 10 albums completed, but I just took them all off streaming platforms. You can see my mixtapes on my SoundCloud under B Class. And you can see some of my music stuff on my YouTube. I got videos on YouTube for my music as well. And then as far as streaming platforms, again, I may put my albums back up on streaming, but I'm still trying to figure that out. Right now, I'm so focused on the content creation growth that I've kind of not stepped away from making music. As y'all can see, the songs I play on here are unreleased, which is why I'm able to use them without no copyrights and nothing like that. But I still make music all the time. But as far as releasing it to the public, I just want to find a way to make it more profitable, more lucrative, because I don't have 1 million people for a fan base. I have to figure out the best ways to monetize my gifts and my talent with the people that I do have. So that's really what it is. But I have, to answer your question, yes, I have a shit ton of music, and I would say that damn near all of it is completely fire. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, but like I said, I got to figure out that business model and how to move forward with it. That's all. I think that it's one of them situations where sometimes people hear my music, Miles, and they be like, how come you ain't? And then they don't and then you have to have that conversation about the agenda, the industry, what type of artists labels are looking to sign, and what type of messages those artists need to infuse into their music in order to have the financial backing of the industry, the label, and all of that. And it'll let you know why there's only one J. Cole and why he only dropped once every few years, why there's only one Kendrick and why he only dropped once every few years. But in between their drops of inspirational and good life music that you wouldn't mind your kids listening to, you get 1,000 Future songs, 1,000 Young Thug songs, 1,000 Rob 49 songs, 1,000 Moneybagg Yo songs for every one J. Cole album that drop every now and again that's talking about some real shit. So if y'all really paying attention, the agenda isn't really in alignment with artists like me to be at the absolute highest level. You feel me? And that's not me throwing a pity party. I'm just telling y'all like the nature of what it is. And I'm not really interested in, you know, having all this brilliant ass music and making pennies on the stream for it. So once I figure that out, I promise y'all my catalog will be available in abundance for y'all. But you the first person to really ask about my music in a live stream. So I figured I'd just give y'all some information, because a lot of people that follow me and sub to me now, they sub to me for this, for content creation. And they don't even know that I'm like a world level hip hop artist. And when I say that, I'm not saying it based on my opinion. I've performed in the Philippines. I've performed in Mexico. I've performed all over the Midwest. I've performed in different locations. I don't have any stories of being booed off stage. I don't have any stories of, I've opened for Twista in his prime. I opened for Shauna in her prime. I've opened for Chingy. I've opened for Nelly. I've opened for Yuki. I mean, just name somebody that you like. Again, my age is in alignment with the people I open for. So y'all obviously know I wouldn't be opening for, I've been doing this shit 15 years. So y'all get, I open for Ja Rule. I open for, you get what I'm saying? Like I done been around and through this shit. So yeah, I'll put my catalog back out. I just got to figure out how to get a bag off of it. That's all. And without hitting nobody over the head on no unreasonable shit. Jay Zilla said, if bride price became legal in America and normal tonight, how many people signing up? What's bride price? Percentages they cheating still. What's bride price? If bride price became legal in America, I don't know what that is. Trippy said, is it a red flag if you don't like any of the guys that your girl has talked to in the past, like her usual type? It could be. It could be. Depends. What's her usual type? And then how are you? Are you the complete and total opposite? Because a lot of times people revert back to their type. You might just be an experiment. You feel me? That sucks too if you are. Like they trying something different just to find out. Miles said, right, you know where you stand in a red state. Oh, for sure, for sure. It's real clear in a red state. I like it that way. Josette said, let me know. I got thousands of rap albums. For real? You rap, Joe? Or you saying like you collect them, or what you saying? You rap? Definitely shoot me something, bro. Email me at the classic code 777@gmail.com. Email me some of your music, bro. I want to check you out. I'll play some of your stuff on the stream. It ain't nothing. I've never been a hater. I've never been a person who didn't feel like it was enough food for all us to eat. He said, I don't rap. I got a collection. Oh, yeah, for sure. You'll love my music, bro. You'll love my music for sure. So, and I'm not saying that like tooting my own horn or nothing like that. Y'all know me. I talk on here every day for hours and hours. I just be talking about the truth, and I do it very matter-of-factly. Like when it comes to music, I put in over 20,000 hours. So for me to say I'm dope, I think I earned that shit. I don't really be on no like braggadocious shit with it. I just really put the time in. Like same thing with this content creation shit. Think about how much content I'm putting out to y'all. Think about how dope I'm finna be with this shit in like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So same concept. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. So that's what we got for the chat Q&A. I'm gonna play y'all. This is what I'm gonna do for y'all. Since we asked about the music today, before I get up out of here and before y'all go, make sure y'all all have hit the like button. And I appreciate all the participation. I'm gonna play the Classic Codes theme song that y'all hear before all my videos. I'm gonna play that joint all the way through for y'all. Let me get this last comment real quick. Jay Zilla said, banish the coochie, but she can come back, just act right. If I'm turning down that girl, it means she had some mediocre coochie anyway. I'm tired. Game over. That boy a fool. He in savage mode today. I'm gonna play the Classic Codes theme song all the way through, so y'all can hear me rap and all that, and then we gonna tap out for the day. Let's go.
Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that. That's fun. There you go. Talk to him. Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and now harden the flow. They don't know me for real, they just know what I post. Modest presentation really could boast. Like it better if you know that you know. A different shepherd, you got sheep, I got goats. Sacrificial lamb when I'm in that mode. Lamb's blood, they was passing me over. Reaper looking for me, stood at the door. Guess it one time, cause the goofy ain't show. Had to tighten up the hands, niggas thought I was a hoe. High IQ game, played above the shoulders. Ain't gon' go how he want, I put that on my soul. Ain't gon' go how he want, I put that on my soul. You gon' live like a coward or die like a soldier. Stressing my hips, had to start doing yoga. Reciting my mantra, renewing my focus. Round of 10 minutes, recharging my motor. These people ain't friends when they question your motive. Indecent exposure whenever you vulnerable. Leave yourself open whenever you open up. Can't be humble knowing all the work I done. Can't be humble knowing I'm the chosen one. Can't be humble seeing through my third eye. Ain't an obstacle I can't overcome. When I speak the truth, it's always being reduced to my emotions like I ain't over something. I'm the over on the over under. I'm a overcomer. I'ma start this spring and take over something. On these beats like I can float or something. Saying my prayers in Dakota something. Always talking like I'm knowing something. See things just for what they are. Build the ark early like I'm Noah or something. Don't speak right, but I'm a poet or something. Bearded up like I'm Moses or something. Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Harden my heart and that heart in the flow. They don't know me for real, they just know what I post. Modest presentation really could boast. Like it better if you know that you know. A different shepherd, you got sheep, I got morals and principles. I just think that we go at it differently. Speak to me, better do it specifically. Not good at much, but one thing is listening. We all judge, but I don't do no sentencing. Your conviction reside in your energy. Thing I don't do is hang on to history. If it's different, let's go with it differently. I ain't Scooby-Doo, don't do no mysteries. You don't see me fake, do not sit with me. You don't mean me good, then that's good for me. Don't want nothing around me, shouldn't be. Being honest, don't like how they look at me. Like I'm something I'm not so consistently. Cause the first chance they get, they gon' flip on me. Don't listen to me, look at history. Real life. Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Heart in my heart and that heart in the flow. They don't know me for real, they just know what I post. Modest presentation really could boast. Like it better if you know that you know. The different shepherd, you got sheep, I got goats. Different shepherd, you got sheep, I got goats.
Woo! I said a different shepherd. You got sheeps, I got goats. Sacrificial lamb when I'm in that mode. Lamb's blood, they was passing me over. Reaper looking for me, stood at the door. I guess it one time because the goofy ain't show. Had to tighten up the hands. Niggas thought I was a hoe. Come on, man. Hey, man, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Shout out to the classic chat, the best chat on all of YouTube. He said, this is A-class rapping. I appreciate you, Joe. I appreciate you, bro. I put in that time to get to that level for sure, man. That's what 20,000 hours sound like, broski. I appreciate that. For real, for real. Gratitude. That shit warmed my heart. Just a genuine smile, man. Y'all asked about my music today. Y'all brought me some life, man. But for sure, if y'all don't do nothing else for me, stick to the code.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Hard